Today we're going to talk about the Texas College and Career Readiness Standards. My name is Claudia Vega.
My name is Quan Tong.
And I'm Con Bergman.
So, a brief introduction on what the TCCRS is. Recognizing the importance of a world-class education, the 79th Texas Legislature, 3rd called special session, passed House Bill 1, the Advancement of College Readiness and Curriculum, Section 28 of the Texas Education Code, seeks to increase the number of students who are college and career ready when they graduate high school. So what is the purpose of the TCCRS? Legislation required the Texas Education Agency and the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board to establish vertical teams to develop college and career readiness standards in the areas of English, language arts, mathematics, science, and social studies. These standards specify what students must know and be able to do to succeed in entry-level courses at post-secondary institutions in Texas. So the goal of the Texas TCCRS is to establish what the students must know and be able to do to succeed in entry-level courses offered at institutions of higher education. So why did they create the TCCRS? Over the past decade, Texas has focused on ensuring that its students are prepared for a changing and increasingly complex future. The Texas legislature realized that Texas trails other states in preparing students and sending students to post-secondary education. In developing the CCRS, the VTs, which are vertical teams, set out to specify the knowledge and skills necessary to succeed in entry-level community college and university courses. The CCRS served a purpose than high school graduation standards, which typically emphasize mastery of basic skills and knowledge. The CCRS are designed to represent a full range of knowledge and skills that students need to succeed in entry-level college courses, as well as in wide range of majors and careers. Also, research shows that over 80% of the 21st century jobs require some sort of post-secondary education.
So here today in our project we choose our TCCR standards from about geometry reasoning, and here are some type of thing that we need to focus on. One is figure and their properties. Second, the transformation and symmetry. C is connection between geometry and other mathematic content standards. The part we focusing on is A, figure and their properties. Identify and represent the feature of plane and space figure. And we also have make, test, and use conjecture about 1, 2, and 3 dimension figures and their properties. 3. Recognize and applying right triangle relationship including basic trigonometry. And the example that we are going to introduce later on is about Pythagorean theorem, and these are things that we will talk about later on, such as applying Pythagorean theorem and its converse to solve real-life situation in 2 and 3 dimensions, applying Pythagorean triples and special right triangle relationship to solve problems. See solve right triangle situation using sine, cosine, and tangent. And later on, Kong is going to tell us again what are these stuff and how does that relate to our examples.
Now we recognize and apply right triangle relationships, including basic trigonometry. A. Apply the Pythagorean theorem and its converse to solve real-life situations in 2 and 3 dimensions. B. Apply Pythagorean triples and special right triangles relationships to solve problems. And C. Solve right triangle situations using sine, cosine, and tangent. Here's our example problem that meets the TCCRS standards and also is used in the real world. Jeff is 15 yards to the right of Ryan. Jeff runs 30 yards straight where he receives the football in his hands. How far did Jeff throw the football? And this is just a quick example of using Pythagorean theorem, which can be used in the real world in real life situation. And it's also cultural relevant to students, which they will get their attention more, especially living in Texas. Jeff is 15 yards to the right of Ryan. Jeff runs 30 yards straight where he receives the football in his hands. How far did Jeff throw the football? And this is an example of using Pythagorean theorem, which can be used in the real world. And that's also culturally relevant to the students, which will get their attention more, especially living in Texas.